Listen to me carefully. In this moment, when everything seems unbearable, when every step comes with pain, I want you to realize one simple truth. Your inner strength has always been more powerful than your circumstances. I've seen people who lost everything and started from scratch. I've seen those who rose after crushing defeats, and do you know what set them apart? Not luck, not connections, not money, but the determination to keep moving when the whole world was saying, give up. Right now, you're at a crossroads. One path is to sink into self-pity, excuses, and endless what-ifs. The other is to accept reality as it is and act despite everything. And only the second path leads to transformation. What's happening to you now isn't punishment. It's a test of your will. It's a challenge to your spirit. And yes, it hurts like hell. Difficulties never come at a convenient time. They come precisely when you're least prepared for them. But listen, pain is temporary. Suffering is a choice. You can feel pain, but whether to suffer or not is entirely your decision. Stop waiting for things to get easier. They won't get easier. You'll get stronger. That's the whole point. Every obstacle, every crisis, every failure is nothing but training for your character. Remember how many times in the past you thought you couldn't take it anymore, that it was the end, that you had no strength left, and each time you found something within yourself that you didn't even suspect existed, that inner steel core that doesn't break under pressure. Great achievements aren't born in comfort. They're forged in the fire of trials, when the choice is between giving up and moving forward through I can't. Every significant achievement in human history was created by those who refused to surrender in the face of the impossible. Now is not the time for half measures, not the time for doubts. It's time for absolute honesty with yourself. What really stands between you and what you want to achieve? Fear? Insecurity? Past failures? Name it. Look your enemy in the face, because what remains unacknowledged retains power over you. Your thoughts create your reality. When you say, I can't, you're right. When you say, I can, you're also right. Your mind is the most powerful tool, and it works in the direction you set it. Direct it to find solutions, not to list problems. Nobody will come to save you. There's no magic wand that will solve your problems. There's only you, your will, and your actions. And this is the most encouraging news you can hear, because it means your destiny is in your hands. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. They don't exist. Act with what you have, where you are. Use what's available now. A small step forward is always better than a grand plan that remains on paper. The world isn't interested in your excuses. The world responds to results. People may sympathize with your difficulties, but ultimately you'll be judged by what you've done, not by what you've been through. Discipline equals freedom. Paradoxically, it's strictness with yourself that opens doors to possibilities. When you do what you must, even when you don't want to, you create the foundation for genuine freedom of choice. Feeling exhausted? That's normal. But exhaustion isn't a reason to stop. It's a signal to change your approach, find new resources, rethink your strategy, step back to see a new perspective. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a component of it. Every failure contains data, information about what doesn't work, and this information is invaluable. It leads you to what will work. Your story isn't defined by your past. It's defined by your current decisions. And each decision is a new opportunity to change the trajectory. You don't need to be 100% ready. Nobody ever is. Readiness is a myth. There's only action and awareness in the process. Start. And clarity will come through movement, not before. Transform your pain into purpose. Let your wounds become a source of wisdom. The deepest insights are born from the darkest moments, but only if you're ready to extract lessons from them, not wallow in the role of a victim. Surround yourself with those who believe in you, even when you doubt yourself. Distance yourself from those who feed your fears and insecurities. The energy of your environment is contagious. Choose it consciously. Success is rarely linear. It's full of ups and downs, periods of rapid growth and agonizing stagnation. Accepting this truth will spare you disappointment and allow you to maintain focus on the long-term perspective. Don't compare your life to others' success stories. You only see the tip of the iceberg, the end result, not the countless hours of struggle, doubt, and defeat that preceded it. Your path is unique, as are your trials. Strength isn't the absence of weakness. Strength is action despite weakness. It's moving forward even when your knees are buckling, even when the voice inside is screaming, "Give up." It's in these moments of absolute resource depletion that genuine strength of spirit is born. Your mind will seek ways to retreat. It's designed to protect you from discomfort, but greatness is never born in the comfort zone. Learn to distinguish the voice of prudence from the voice of fear. The first leads to wise decisions, the second to limiting beliefs. Whatever happens, maintain control over what you can control, your thoughts, your reactions, your actions. Everything else is beyond your power, and struggling with it only depletes your resources. Every day ask yourself, what can I do today to move one step closer to my goal? Don't think about a giant leap. Think about the next step. Consistency of small actions over time creates monumental changes. Learn to find joy in the process, not just in the result. If you can get satisfaction from the journey itself, no obstacle can deprive you of your internal source of energy. Value your wounds. They don't make you weaker, they make you deeper. In every scar is a story of overcoming. In every loss is the beginning of something new. Your life isn't a series of random events, but a continuous process of self-creation. When it seems all is lost, remember, you're still here. You're breathing. You're thinking. And as long as this is so, you have resources for the next step. Sometimes the greatest victory is simply standing firm when all the forces of the world seem to be pushing you down. Don't let your emotions dictate your actions. Feel them fully, but act from a place of conscious choice, not reaction. Between stimulus and response, there is space. In this space lies your power and your freedom. You're stronger than you think, more resilient than you can imagine, more capable than you dare to believe. Your potential isn't defined by your current circumstances or past failures. True transformation is never comfortable. It requires you to reimagine yourself, step beyond the familiar, let go of what no longer serves your highest good. It's painful, it's scary, and it's absolutely necessary for your growth. Don't wait for inspiration to start acting. Act, and inspiration will come. Motivation isn't a precursor to action, but its result. When you start moving, energy creates energy. Your biggest fears hide your greatest opportunities. What you avoid often contains the keys to your liberation. Have the courage to face what scares you most. When doubts overwhelm you, remember what you've already been through. Remember all the moments when you thought you wouldn't make it, and you did. Your personal history is the most convincing proof of your strength. Success isn't avoiding falls. It's the ability to rise after each one. Every defeat is a lesson. Every obstacle is character training. In this process, you not only achieve your goal, but become a person capable of achieving it. Don't wait for recognition or approval. Act from inner conviction, from loyalty to your vision. The world rarely believes in new ideas from the start. Your faith must be stronger than external skepticism. Learn to distinguish the voices in your head. The voice of fear always speaks of what should be avoided. The voice of wisdom speaks of what is worth pursuing. The first focuses on problems, the second on possibilities. Stop looking for meaning in suffering. Suffering itself is meaningless. Meaning is created by how you respond to it, what decisions you make, what you transform your pain into. Greatness isn't never falling. Greatness is rising each time with increasing determination. Each fall is an opportunity to start anew, but with greater wisdom. Let go of the idea of controlling what is beyond your power. Focus on what is in your hands, your thoughts, your actions, your reaction to what happens. In this lies the key to inner peace amidst chaos. Your purpose should be bigger than yourself. When you serve something greater than your personal comfort or success, you find a source of energy that doesn't run dry even in the darkest times. Learn to be grateful even in difficulties. Gratitude isn't denial of problems, but focus on what is still good, what still works, what still supports you. It's an anchor in the storm. Don't let temporary failures define you as a person. You aren't what happens to you. You are how you respond to what happens, what decisions you make, what values you embody through your actions. Sometimes the bravest action is to stop and listen to your inner voice. In silence come solutions that cannot be found in the noise of everyday battles. Your life is a series of moments of choice. In each, you decide who to become, where to move, what to create. And in this lies your power. No one and nothing can take away this fundamental freedom of choice. Don't demand perfection from yourself. Demand progress. Look not at how far there is to go, but at how far you've already come. Value every step on the path, even the smallest. True power isn't in dominating others, but in mastering yourself. In the ability to stay the course when it would be easier to give up. In loyalty to your values when it's tempting to compromise. Stop looking for easy paths. Everything worthwhile requires effort, requires time, requires patience. But it's through this labor, through these trials, that you become who you're meant to be. Remember, you've already survived 100% of your worst days. You've already overcome what seemed insurmountable, and you'll do it again. Because this is your nature. Human nature is to survive, adapt, grow through difficulties. When you think you've reached your limit, you've actually only approached your potential. Beyond comfort begins real growth. Beyond the familiar lie real possibilities. Don't wait for the world to recognize your value. Assert it through your actions every day. Prove it through your work, your character, your resilience in the face of adversity. Every significant breakthrough in your life will be preceded by a period of intense struggle. That's the law. That's the way. And in this lies the fairness of life. Everything real has its price, and those who are ready to pay it receive the reward. Learn to be your best friend, not your worst critic. Speak to yourself as you would speak to someone you deeply respect and genuinely care about. Self-compassion isn't weakness, but wisdom. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. In this lies the only honest measure of your progress. Someone else's path will never be yours, just as yours will never be theirs. Make your pain productive. Let it become fuel for your growth, not an excuse for inaction. There's no wound that couldn't become a source of strength if you learn to transform it. Hold on, because this storm isn't eternal. Hold on. Because after every night comes dawn. Hold on. Because what you're going through now will someday become the story of your triumph. But most importantly, hold on not just to survive. Hold on to thrive, to grow, to become who you're meant to be. For the true purpose of trials isn't to break you, but to transform you. Not to diminish, but to magnify. Not to limit, but to liberate. And remember, what now seems insurmountable will one day be just part of your story. Part of the story about a person who refused to give up, who found the strength to continue when everything pointed to defeat. And in this lies your greatness. You can do it. You already can. You just haven't fully realized it yet. But with each step forward, with each obstacle you overcome, with each moment when you choose action instead of despair, you prove it to yourself. Rise now. Take the next step, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Not because success is guaranteed, but because the attempt is worth it. Because you're worth fighting for the best version of yourself, for the best version of your life. And when you emerge from this trial, and you will emerge, you'll be not only the conqueror of external circumstances, but also the master of your inner world. And that is the greatest victory of all possible ones. Hold on. You can do it. More than can do it. You're already in the process.